welcome to the Captain Entertainment video. It's Art here with the Reader Problems book tag. Thought I'd do another bonus Tag Tuesday episode. Or Tag Tuesday video, I should say. The original video was created by About to Read. She was nice enough to put the questions in the description down below. So here we go. The link to the original video will be in the description down below as well, because I like to give credit where credit is due. So let's have some fun. Question number 1. You have 20,000 or more. This guy's got more. Books on your TBR. How in the world do you decide what to read next? Well, this is very simple for me. Usually, hang on, let me silence my phone real quick. There we go. It's now silenced, or at least should be. Sorry about that. Now let me restart the question. I'll just leave that in there. But the first question is, you have 20,000 books on your TBR. How in the world do you decide what to read next? That answer is, that's why I read a lot of series. Usually I just read the next book in a series, or I go with my favorite video. Or my favorite author. Film. With my favorite author's next book, if it's a standalone. Excuse the dog if you hear the dog barking. I've shut the door, but that doesn't always drown out the dog. So that's how I decide what to read next. Question 2, you're halfway through books and you're not loving it. Do you just quit, or are you committed? See, I'm committed. I had that fault. I got that fault from my mother. Once I start a book and I get a certain percentage into the book, say 35-40%, I then am all in. If I'm below that 35-40%, then I'm good. But if not, I'm not good. So, the question 3, it's the end of the year and you're so close but so far away from your GoodReads challenge goal. Do you try to catch up, and how? This is apropos for me, actually, because as of time of filming this, I am 15 books behind my reading goal, with about 27 days to go. So that is that as far as that goes. So yes, I do try to catch up. I don't know if I'll get there. As I said in my December reading roadmap, I am going to use every power at my disposal, reading physical books, listening to audiobooks, basically any free time I have that isn't taken up with something else is going to be taken up with a book of some kind. When I eat, I'll be listening. When I'm writing to work, I'll be listening. When I'm writing anywhere, I'll be listening. If I'm busy editing videos or uploading videos, I'm listening to my audiobook. I'm reading more at night, be it physical or on my Kindle. I read a lot at work, at my job as well, so I do everything I can to catch up. Question number 4. The covers of your series you love do not match. How do you cope? This is where I'm a little bit awkward, because I like things that are aesthetically pleasing, and I don't like things that do not match. So I have to go out and buy matching covers. I've done this for a few series. I've either donated or sold the original ones I had and gotten new ones. So I didn't cope well at all. Question number 5. Everyone and their mother loves a book you really don't like. Who do you bond with over shared feelings? Really, I don't care if the rest of the world likes a book that I don't like. The fact that I don't like a book, like The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware, that apparently was this award-winning great book. I thought it was a piece of garbage and a piece of trash that really wasn't worth the time it took to print it, or the paper it was printed on. So that's just an example. I don't like the 50 Shades of Grey series, and that sold well. I guess I tried to read the first book to see what the hype was about, and I couldn't stomach it. I don't like the J.D. Robb In Death series. I don't like I don't like anything by Rainbow Rowell. Rainbow Rowell does not entice me at all as a reader. So that's how I cope. I just deal with it. I move on, and I let those who have good opinions about a book keep their opinions about the book. Question 6. You're reading a book and you're about to start crying in public. How do you deal? That's easy. I don't cry in books. I haven't cried since I was 7 years old, and I was reading Where the Red Fern Grows by Wilson Rawlings, that was the last book I cried over. I don't cry over books, so that's not really a problem for me. But if it was, it would just happen. I have laughed out loud at a book in public. People look at you strange, and I give them the you can piss off. You can write piss off look. Question 7. A sequel of a book you love just came out, but you've forgotten a lot of the prior novel. Will you reread the book or skip to the sequel or try to find a synopsis on GoodReads? Oh, this is very simple. I usually reread the book before the next one comes out if I've forgotten anything that I need. Like, before the 6th book in the Song of Ice and Fire series comes out, I'll binge read the Song of Ice and Fire series again, because even though I remember a lot of the main plot points, George R.R. Martin has so many small plot points that I want to remember that are different from the show that I need to have fresh in my mind when I read book 6. So that will happen. So question number 8. You do not want anyone borrowing your books. How do you politely tell people nope when they ask? This has actually come up. And I have a list of people that can borrow my books and a list of people that can't. Basically, anybody I don't know is already on the list of people who can't. Anybody who's proven themselves worthy of keeping my book in good condition and getting the book back to me in a timely manner is on the approved book lending list. It is 100% possible to be on the approved lending list and put yourself on the no more list if a book comes back damaged and you don't offer to buy it. Buy me a replacement. Funny little story, funny little aside. I once had two of my really, really good friends from grade school and high school that I'm still friends with to this day. One is on the approved list and asked me to borrow a book. And I, of course, said yes because he was on the approved list. And the other was not, and he asked to also borrow a book. And I told him flat out no, he couldn't borrow a book because he doesn't know how to take care of nice things. And I flat out said it that way because I'm blunt in that way. There's a reason that my channel's tagline is Caffeinated Entertainment, brutally honest reviews. That's just how I am. I'm brutally honest in most everything I do. Question number 9, reading ADD. You picked up and put down 5 books in the last month. How do you get over a reading slump? There's 2 ways I get over reading slumps. The first way is I listen to more audiobooks, or I might try to listen to podcasts to try to clear my reading palette and get me back in the mood of reading. Or I just ride the slump out. Because sometimes slumps are good. You know, sometimes slumps are okay. A slump doesn't mean you're not reading at all. A slump just usually means you're reading a lot less than you normally do. And if you're not reading at all, that's okay. Sometimes that's our body telling us we need a break from something we love, because absence makes the heart grow fonder. Question 10. There are so many new books coming out that you're dying to read. How many do you actually buy? All of them. That's happened before. I can say from past experience, all of them. All of them, period. I can't even believe that was a question. Okay, question 11. After you've bought the new books, you can't wait to get to them. How long do they sit on your shelves before you read them? Ooh, that's a good question and a good way to... That's the final question in the Reader Problems book tag, and what a way to end it. The answer to that is very simple. It depends on if it's the next book in the series. Like, I'll give you an example. When I got Artemis in ARC form, I went ahead right away and read it because it was an ARC, but I was excited for it. I'll give you another example. I bought the Western Star, book 13 in the Walt Longmire series this year on release day. I started reading it on release day. I finished it 2 days later. So it just depends on where I am in the series. Like, I bought Two Kinds of Truth about a week after it came out. I'm still not there yet, so it hasn't been read. It just really depends on where I am in that series. If it's a standalone, it usually gets read right away. But if it's in a series, it gets read precisely when it's supposed to. So, with that said, that ends the Reader Problem book tag. Once again, sorry for the dog barking, and sorry for the phone going off. That didn't happen again, thank God. I'd like to thank About to Read for creating the tag. And once again, I tag anybody who wants to do the tag. I won't tag anybody specifically this time, but I tag anybody who wants to do the tag. This was a very, very fun tag. Hope you all enjoyed this video. And I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 a.m. Pacific, or 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below if you've done this tag. Leave a link down below, or let me know where I can see your version of this tag, because I think this is a fun tag. I may actually start binge watching some of this tag on YouTube right now. But without further ado, happy reading. I'll see you again soon. I'll say this in every video until it happens. December 23rd through January 2nd. So my first video back will be Wednesday, January 3rd. Is my holiday break period. That does not mean that there won't be videos, but that does mean that the scheduled days may or may not have videos. Do not expect videos in that week. If I do decide to take those 2 weeks off, don't be surprised. With that said, without further ado, happy reading. I'll see you again soon. Peace.